Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show, hot dropping, everybody. Get the mic live. What's going on? Welcome to IdiOtBlog 504. We're going for a little different format here today. Let's scoot my shit on over. Alright, so what's going on? In this format, I'm going for a drier sound. I'm centering myself in the view, and I'm talking directly to the people. The music will fade away. The music will disappear completely. I would like to say it's been a while since I've done a blog, and I've definitely never done one quite like this. But this is only the beginning, only an icebreaker for the style of blog. I would say I'm in part bringing back and in part embarking on a whole new variety. What you'll be hearing is a lot of opinions that allude to facts that you get to decide as your own opinions. Because, let's remember, we only get opinions. We don't get facts. The world gets the facts. So today, on IdiOtBlog 504, that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to start it off like it's 101. We're going to talk about opinions. We're going to talk about what opinions are. Not what is your... As everybody may see, the setup is a little different. The angle of the view is quite similar, but where I'm sitting is a little changed, a little jostled. I'm trying to be centered in the screen. I'm trying to talk directly to you. You may see I'm wearing my company hat. I hope nobody at my company gets pissed off that I'm wearing one of my hats while I'm talking. These are simply clothes I own. Before we get going, I'm going to discuss a little bit about the format. My old format was a lot of music in the background, laughing, making jokes, talking about the music, smoking weed. Eventually, I wasn't smoking weed in the show. I sort of took a different route in life. I still kept making music. I still kept the blog going for a while, but I eventually found myself tiring out, not on the subjects and not on the format, but just on the regimen. I'm always a creator, I'm always a creative person, and I'm always a force to be reckoned with. But, that being said, there was a lot of music happening, there was a lot of listening happening, but there wasn't the kind of development that was self-inspiring. I was looking outside of me, fighting inspiration, and drawing my drawings. It's like someone who does landscapes. You look at a beautiful place and you make it permanent. And that's what I was doing. I was taking the moments in my life, the feelings in my moments, and finding ways to lay them down for others to share, participate in, and just get a simple listen out of. But doing that was leaving a hole because there was no physical thing. I would want to listen to my songs again, but I couldn't share them in the same way. I couldn't give them in the same way, and I was not enjoying the type of work that led to by building to spec. I ended up making a stride and starting a company, and then another company, doing cases for Synergy amps modules, and doing guitars with aluminum bodies. Like the music, an overwhelming, deep sense of responsibility came with it. Yeah. So, what was I getting at? Well, the format changed, the format evolved, and the show disappeared eventually. Then the format came back, a little different, and I kept trying it. Here we go. So, opinions. What are opinions? Why? What is it about someone else's opinion that can make you so frustrated, so irritated, so anxious that you lose sight of the friendship or similar? What are the things that lead to that? What are we talking about today? We're talking about opinions. We all have opinions. We all have certain values that we hold dear. That being said, we're all entitled to a difference in those values. And we create a sort of agreed upon social construct that we all follow. It's a set of morals. Morals that are quite basic. They're basic morals set up around liberty. Really, if you look at it, the things we are not allowed to do are things that are controlling another person's body. And the only time it's okay, or ever okayed, or sanctioned, is when it's a punishment for that. So, someone rapes someone, you put him in jail. Someone murders someone, you sentence him to death. These types of areas in which many people have conflicting opinions. Even the most essential morals that we live by in the day-to-day, there are conflicting opinions. Like if it's right and wrong to murder. That being said, an overwhelming majority would say no, it's not right. And it's interesting out here these days, you guys. If I hold an opinion, it's often one people will not want to hear, and things people will display as pride, as normal points of pride. So, essentially what I'm getting at is society these days would look at me funny. People at the store, perhaps. Depending on who you are, perhaps your family members, and even friends, will look at you in a way, they'll look at you for your opinions. Let me wondering, what in the world if you do something like put a Jesus on a cross at your desk? But You put a Buddha at your desk or a pride flag. They want to say that it's the religion of the aggressor, of the colonizer, of all these things. What they don't realize is that Christianity spread before the colonization of the regions where the white man came and brought law, bounty, morals. So, the story can be told many ways, and that is what an opinion is. Opinion is the things that let us believe proven and may someday become hard fact. Let's really quickly look at something here. I pulled it up, I believe, on this device on my pocket. So, and then we'll talk some more, but while I play my bass. So, let's see here. I believe I have it here. Yes. A judgment. Thoughts. A way of thinking. A point of view. An outlook. The angle. A slant. Your side. Your attitude. Your stance. Your perspective or position. Your standpoint. Your theory. Your conclusion. Your verdict. Your estimation, thesis or thesis or hypothesis. Your feeling or your sentiment. Your impression, your reflection, your idea or your notion, your assumptions, your speculations, your conceptions or convictions. To my mind, personally, in my judgment, in my book, for my money, if you ask me. Those are different ways of saying, in my opinion. And trust me, there's a lot more. Because our theory, without expressing that it is our theory, and to simply go about it saying this is the facts, can be taken wrong. Can be taken like you're an asshole. Which, hey, you might be an asshole at the time, beginning time here or there. Which we all are. But opinions change. Opinions are a theory, a hypothesis. As new data comes in, they must change. As new, not only theories, but new controls come into play, so do your opinions. So remember that one thing your friend said might not be even something he even thinks is true anymore. He might fundamentally disagree completely the next day. So when you go cutting off people for their opinions, their reflections, you basically... I understand a lot of people get offended by opinions. And I'm here to tell you that's completely irrational. It makes no sense. How could you get offended by someone else's opinions? They shouldn't even be judged for their opinions. I mean, should they? Well, you guys, like I said, I'm trying to end this with some bass playing. You got this bass here. It's an RL James bass, one I built. I'll make a nice video about this soon.